So my name's Andy Hayes, and I'm the founder of Hayes Media Group. And Hayes Media Group is made up of two companies. On the side, I do website critiques, and I call myself a creative web producer. And in that role as a web producer, I also produce a lifestyle publication called Plum Deluxe, which is at plumdeluxe.com. And Plum Deluxe is all about the little celebrations, the little luxuries, treating yourself and celebrating every day. Part of the process of understanding how my parts of my business work together was getting really clear about clients. And I worked with a woman named Diana Valentine. And Diana helped me understand this role of a producer. That was her word, actually, so thank you, Diana, for that. But we also talked about how there was alignment in the work I do with clients on a consulting basis and the work I do creating a publication like Plum Deluxe. So my best work with website critiques and marketing is with what I call top shelf clients. So that's the affordable luxury clients, like hotels and fashion, the Epicurean delights, food, wine, etc. And looking back over my work history, the projects where I've worked with clients like that has been fantastic. Really great result for the client, really enjoyable work for me, everyone's happy. And if we look at that, those are the same kinds of clients that we work with at Plum Deluxe. The fashion, the style, the home as a sanctuary, how do you make your home really comfortable and enjoyable? The travel companies, the hotels, the tours, etc. So why not focus my attention on looking for those kind of clients, those top shelf providers of goods and services, and when I find them, making the connection. And if there's a possibility to do marketing work, great. If there's a possibility of them doing sponsorships or partnerships or co-creating content for Plum Deluxe, great. Both of them, even better. So now, instead of trying to split my time between, okay, should I look for website critique clients today and marketing clients today, or should I try to sell sponsorships to Plum Deluxe? I'm looking for these top shelf providers, and whether they go here or there, it doesn't matter. We could do a whole interview about hurdles. I think I've hit them all. I think in the beginning, when I started my company, I myself would call myself a multi-potentialite. I have lots of varied interests, and I want to do things with all of those interests. So in the beginning, I had a hard time getting focused on what it is that I brought to the world and how I did that. And only recently, in the past year, so this is year 5, now we're into year 6, so only in year 5 did I figure out that my talents could be under a role called a producer. So that's how I call myself now, as a producer. So if you think of like Quentin Tarantino, for example, he's a producer of films, but sometimes he's in the films, and sometimes he gets killed in the films, which we won't go there because I'm not going to do that part. But he has the same role in every movie, but sometimes it's different. And that's definitely the case with my work with my clients and with my lifestyle site. Sometimes clients have me do a critique, sometimes they have me doing branding and marketing, or even deeper activities. And then from my website, I'm the producer, so I control the editorial and do the advertising and the sales, but then sometimes I write, because it's still one of my passions. But I've figured out that what my weakness as a multi-potentialite is actually a strength. And I just had to figure out how to put a box around it so that I could use that more effectively. Not delegating enough and not outsourcing enough. It's kind of the same sides of the coin. I had an assistant for a couple of years, and she left for personal reasons, not related to the business, and I never replaced her. And when things really started getting hot, I never got any help, which really just drives me nuts. So now I have a post-it note on my desk right next to me that says, can someone else do this? And that's really a powerful question, because as the owner, I need to be looking like, where are we going, and are we also covering our bottom line? And if I'm too busy doing all the stupid stuff, checking Twitter or checking my email, then I'm not doing that. So, and that's been a hard lesson. It's still hard. I still see that post-it note and I'm like, I really, my assistant should be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. Google is very useful, but only to a certain point because there's so much there. Do you know, I really like Mercy Corps, which is a website organization here in the Northwest, but it's all over the country. And it's where you can get paired up with a mentor for free. And it's people who have identified themselves as someone who has an expertise that they'd like to share. So like right now I'm working with a guy named Mike on sales. And he is incredible. He's so generous with his time and his knowledge and helping me understand how to do the sales process better, more efficient, with bigger clients. He's told me things I never thought about, like contract terms and all these different things. And all that's been free except for my time, but it's very important. So that's been pretty key in helping me get to like the next level. And even though that's free, I think people shouldn't be afraid to spend money on knowledge or information, because that's really pretty important, because you don't know what you don't know. I'm standing in a huge abyss, Grand Canyon abyss. I'm working on this rebrand of our lifestyle website, and as of this recording, it'll have just went live with the Plum Deluxe, and that's been a big challenge. You know, we have a strong relationship with our readers, and they trust myself and my team of editors to bring them quality content and ideas and thoughts, and so we've had to really carefully talk them through this process. And while I feel like it's been the right thing to do and it's been an incredible process, we've learned so much just in this 3 months of rebranding and changing the way that we do things. We're already seeing a huge difference, but it's a huge leap because after 5 years you get really attached to branding and logos and names, and to change something, even though on the internet, right, we can just flip a switch and new name and there it goes, that's really hard. So it's been a lesson in being able to let go, because just like this abyss is a great word, right? An abyss is this thing you've got to get over, right? And to get over it, you have to let go of what's over here to get over there. So for us, we've had to let go of the way we've done things and the way we've named things in order to achieve this next level. And that's really hard. But we have already leapt, so we'll see what's on the... What inspires me to keep going? It's the feedback I get from people, from our readers, from my clients when I do the critiques. It's just such a joy to help show people something that they didn't know about or they didn't see in their own work and their own life. You know, being an entrepreneur is hard. It's a lot of work, a lot of stress. You have months where you don't know if you're going to have a house the next month. And I wouldn't do it if the feedback that I get from that isn't joyful. That's really powerful. And, you know, now I'm pretty particular about the clients I work with. I really try to pick people who I can add a lot of value into their business. I'm very specific about our readers and the kind of content that we're creating for them. And so, for me, being very careful about that means that I can just really make an impact, and that brings even more reward to the business. Because, yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. So you want to do something that makes you feel good at the end of the day. Do you know, one person who has actually helped me in the business quite recently is Tara Gentili, and she just moved here to Portland, Oregon. And what I like about Tara is that she has a really weird background. You know, she has a degree in I think religious studies or something, but she has this really fascinating understanding of economics. And when I hear economics, I think of those classes from school and things I didn't understand and things I didn't want to understand, and now I realize how important those are. And it's not just the things you hear about in the news, like people buying less of this or more of this, or rating Walmart on Black Friday, or it's not that kind of stuff. It's more bigger picture, important things. And Tara has such a great perspective of that. She just published a new book called The Art of Growth, which is about growing your business, and I'm reading that right now, and it's just such a fascinating read. So if you have a chance, be sure to check out her stuff, because it's great.